Hi, this is Greg Eddolls, host of Einstein's Disease, and we've had the fortune of having my friend Jonathan Duquette back today. Jonathan, it's been a great hour. I absolutely enjoy listening and hearing how your company's doing, and just to catch up with you. I know you're busy and I'm busy, and it's fun to catch up. In this last segment, because we don't get to talk about this enough in our lives. As you move forward in success, there's things that Jonathan has in his mind. There's satisfaction for Jonathan. Your whole life is not just about GoNano. You've created a culture. You've got your 4 pillars. You've got people that have found a place where they can work, and you're providing an opportunity for them to grow personally, professionally, create a family, the whole bit. All of that comes with a heavy level of responsibility that sits on your shoulders. But there's other things that you want. There's other things that business leaders like to do. I'd like to kind of spend this last 12 minutes in a conversation about what is it that Jonathan is thinking about as he moves forward in the company's success, and your provided treasure to be able to take on an endeavor that is near and dear to you. We've been talking for an hour, and I think environments come up a handful of times, which is absolutely important. Where do you see your spare time? Where do you want to go and do some things, whether it's with attribution or without attribution, that is important to you?
Yeah. I don't know the exact path, right? It's the same as starting a business. You don't know exactly where it's going to go, but you're going to find. Again, you need to go about your value. One of the things that I love the most is helping people, right? Mm-hmm. That's the part that I love the most about GoNano, right? It's our dealer network. When a dealer calls me, it's like, thank you so much about that opportunity. Now I have like a business. I can work my schedule. I can do this. I can scale it. I have so many possibilities. That's like, okay, I made it, right? That's the thing that makes me so happy every day.
Right.
But outside of that, right? I just see myself in the long run going out there and be capable of helping people. For me, the way I see money is a tool, right? It's like everything else, but it's a construction job. But what can I bring to the people? Mm-hmm. I have just so many other ideas in the future on how can I bring more to the planet, more to the people as well. So it's not only about you, because if you work, when I was 20, 21, 22 years old, it was all about me, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, I want to make money for me. I want to have the nice car. I want to have this. I want to have that. It's still important today. I like it. But if you fulfill your life only on that, you're going to die and nothing.
Right.
Right? So how can you do something good every day to someone? Like, even if you go and just order something, make the person laugh. Right. That's a little thing that's going to bring you joy, but going to bring joy in their life. And that's where I want to go with all of that, is how can I help more people? I don't have the exact strategy on how to do that, but that's where I want to go. Same thing for the planet. What difference can I make on this planet so that when I die, I know that I made something good for the people and for the planet.
Right.
And then I'm successful. And
because this is it sounds touchy-feeling in some ways, and some of it may sound arrogant or egotistical, but we all have things that we like to think and do outside of work, and it becomes a passion. And as you said, the environment is an important element. When you think about the other business leaders and people in your community that you work with, do you find a element of a trend with respect to what business leaders are trying to, where they're trying to endeavor to provide help to people? Because I asked that question. I had, I don't know, 25 interns this last year for one of my businesses, and listening to what they see as their future, or where they'd like to go, is always a better tell for me in terms of thematically where things are. But the environment, we've talked about it for many, many years, but it seems to be a bit more acute. I mean, being today in Texas and the storms seem to be getting a little bit more. Do you find that to be something when you talk to other leaders that you talk to? Is it something that's really on top of mind for leaders to be thinking about? Do you think?
No,
Not at all.
No, not really. I think, especially in the roofing space, right? I don't want to put everyone in the same basket,
Right.
but I'm probably really a black sheep for
Is that why you wore a black shirt, or
probably,
is that complete?
yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it's just like it's another way of thinking, but that other way of thinking is the reason why I'm here today, right? That's why I'm talking with you today. So it's okay to be different. And like, I'm looking at the other leader, let's say in the roofing space, is people that go train 5 days a week, wake up at 3 in the morning, do this, do that. But what I can say is that, and I think it's not said enough, it's who you are that's important, right? You need to ride with what's your value, not someone else's value. I see so many courses out there about like being an alpha male and being this, and that's the way that you're gonna succeed in life. And that's what I was thinking younger too. And I didn't break my character back then to try to become someone that I was not. So I think as you grow, you need to understand what's really important for you and get started on that. And that's going to be really the next step. And once you fulfill on that, then it doesn't really matter what everybody else think, right? Because people were saying at the beginning that it was crazy when I first started GoNano. Oh, it's never going to work. Why? It's BS. It's this, it's that. But when you have a sense of purpose and your goal is not only about the money. Yes, at the beginning it was a little bit more about money because I was $70,000 in debt when I started. Right. But over time, it's more about like, what's my next project and what it's gonna bring. Because if it's only about money, your goal is only to sell the company and then you cash out the money, and what else? You see so many stories about people that sold their company and they don't have any purpose. Right after, right? And then they get into depression. So the idea is, it's not about the money, doing it for a bigger thing in your life.
So what I hope our viewers and listeners hear there from Jonathan's perspective is, it's all right to not see yourself as a disruptor, but to see yourself as who you are. And if you're different, you can still build a business. If you're different, you can still do a lot of exciting things. It's not about conformity. It's about being comfortable in where you are in your station in life. As you mentioned, when you're younger, there's different goals, and your risk factors might be higher, or your risk factors might be based upon certain things, just money. Yeah. Now I think you eloquently put it, your risk factors and what you're focused upon is always evolving. And that evolution that you're going to have as you move forward is going to continue to take you on some of your passions as being the black sheep in the roofing industry that cares about the environment. But in the end, that's something that for you personally is going to be important and will keep you from selling your company, to continue to grow your company and make it what it is. As we close this out, for our viewers and listeners, as a business owner, what would a bit of halftime advice be before they go back out for the second half of their business day? What would you share with them?
I will be, trust yourself, trust your gut, really go about what's important for you, and never stop dreaming or thinking, right? I started over 10 businesses before GoNano. So it's not about the first business, not about the second. It's about finding the right thing, the right timing. So it's a matter of time. So just go out there, be yourself, crush it, and make it worthwhile, right? And just be like, Have I done everything that I could? If the answer is no, then go back and try again. But what's important too to understand, it's sometimes it's good to stop when it doesn't work. I see too many entrepreneurs being on a failed idea and trying to push it out, but it's a failed idea. So just get out there, get your basic, know what's your cost of acquisition of starting, is it scalable, will it work. Just go on the basic, read books, learn, and yeah, because being an entrepreneur, unfortunately, it's not at the school that you're going to learn it. It's going to be true book, true experience, and true mentor. So just go out there and get all the information that's possible.
That's fantastic. Listen, it's good to see you, my friend. That was a great hour. I appreciate you taking it out of your day, and I look forward to having you back again in a year or so and see where things are. This is Greg Eddolls. I'm the host of Einstein's Disease. If you are listening to us on podcast, that's great. You can also download Now Media on Roku and get to see my beautiful face whenever you'd like. With that, I will end tonight's episode. Thank you very much. This is Greg Eddolls with my guest, Jonathan Duquette, and we'll see you next week. That was good.
Thank you.
That was really good.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm really passionate about the authenticity, and that's why